Hello, how are we going? Welcome back to my channel. Oh man. Life is weird at the moment, guys. Life is extremely weird. If you guys have clicked onto this video, obviously the caption is I spent $2,500 to take these images. Today's video is just going to be a quick little, I guess, channel update, life update, and what has happened to me in the last week or so. With obviously the coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever you want to call it, and then the fact that Stephanie and I did travel, and just the craziness that we faced in like such a quick amount of time. It was honestly like the world sort of just flicked the switch while we were mid-air flying to Vancouver, and just the utter craziness of everything's going on. And then, like I said, what's going to happen in this 14 days of me being quarantined, because unfortunately, I don't know, I honestly don't know, like, and I've googled this as well, and there's no like strict guidelines, but yet they're willing to like sting you like a pretty hefty fine if you're caught outside. But like, I don't know, like, am I able to just go ride like some mountain bike trails on my own, like if I'm not near anyone? Like I these things I just don't know. If you guys do know anything, let me know. But yeah, so let's jump into this. Let's jump into this craziness that has happened to myself instead. So yeah, where did it begin? So Sunday morning, so Steph and I had this trip planned to Vancouver to go snowboarding. I don't know, since we pretty much moved back from Canada, we're always going back to see friends, and to obviously go like ride the resorts. And it was pretty much like the whole trip was like paid for. When I say paid for, like it was just flights really that we had to pay, because obviously we had friends in Big White that we were going to go stay with, and then we had friends in Whistler that we were going to go stay with. So Sunday morning we woke up and like there wasn't realistically anything too drastic going on in the world. Canada itself was still like a pretty safe place to be, and we weren't exactly too worried. While we were on the way to the airport, I did get word that Whistler was going to close, but they were only closing for like a week or something. It was like they were reopening on the 22nd of the month, which was fine by us because we were meant to be up at Big White then. So we were like, oh no, it's sweet, it's all good. And our landlord, Doug, by the way, best Canadian person I've ever met, like honestly, hands down the best dude. He was like pretty up to date with everything because he's quite high up in the world of British Columbia and what he does for his job. And obviously his partner is like I think she's like a registered nurse or something like that. So they were like, oh yeah, like you still come, like yeah, sweet. Everything was sweet. Everything was cool. We got to the airport, and we thought that like we might even be able to get an upgrade because we assumed the flight would be like pretty empty. No, it was completely booked out. It was like there was obviously lots of Canadians traveling Australia at the time, so the whole flight was booked out. So anyway, that was that. Whatever. I hopped on the plane. Nothing really, like, and then we flew the flight. Whatever. We landed and then just got bombarded with just like so much stuff. Like, we got hit with that 14-day quarantine in Canada. Like, you couldn't, like, we had to go into quarantine and all this madness. And then, like, it was just like, it was so crazy. It must have happened while we're midair, like, what's his name? Trudeau, whatever, the Prime Minister of Canada, come out with all these like new strict guidelines and stuff like that. And, it was just like that, and then like every single ski resort just closed its doors, and it was just like, we're done for the season, like we're done, we're closing. And we had in mind to sort of stay, because Big White was like the last resort to say it was closed. And we were like, oh yeah, no, sweet, big staying open. And then, I don't know, everything over there just went absolutely crazy. The Australian government was like urging Australians to come home immediately. Like it was just like crazy. And then like Canada was like, yeah, no, we can't, we're not letting anyone in who's not a Canadian citizen. And then like the madness it sort of just really hit home. And it was like, I did call up my travel insurance before flying over, and I was like, yo, what's the deal with, like getting covered while we're over here? And they were pretty much like, there is no travel insurance company at all that is covering for this disease. And like from previous experiences of getting hurt in Canada, like when I broke my collarbone there a few years ago, I honestly was in and out of the hospital in about 30 minutes, and I paid like $1,400. So I know that like health over there is fantastic if you're a citizen, and if you're not, it's an expensive time. And so all this pressure started building up on us, and then it was when everything was starting to drop like flies, like all the resorts were dropping like flies, and Steph and I were just like in our hotel room being quarantined. Obviously we did go out and take these photos that I did take and stuff like that, and have dinner and stuff, but it was always, we did our best to keep our distance from everyone and stuff like that. And to be completely honest with you, like we weren't sick at all. We still aren't sick, but I understand that you can carry the virus and not show any symptoms at all. So we tried our best to maintain distance from everyone, but at the same time it was like, it was just such a weird feeling, because like we're meant to be on holidays, but yet we're trapped inside our hotel room, but yet we're not meant to go anywhere for 14 days. And I was just like, what do you do? And I guess like in reality, no one actually knows what the fuck is going on. It's all just general advice. We've never seen anything like this before. And then, oh God, it was just like, it sort of just like the flick just sort of switched in my head when all the local resorts in Vancouver closed. And then Doug, my landlord, was like, there's like an 80% chance Big Y's gonna close. And when I got that, I was like to Steph, Steph, we need to get home. We need to get home like as soon as possible, because this is really about to hit the fan. Like shit's really gonna get real here. And like, as you can imagine, Air Canada, so like Canada's main airline, was just like impossible to get a hold of. Their website was just having so much traffic that nothing was loading, nothing was working. Like it is still a miracle that Stephanie and I actually got on the flight that we got on to get home. Because we were sitting there like just refreshing the page, trying to get to the point where it would let us change our flights to a closer date. And then it was just, I don't know, someone must have plugged the right Ethernet cables together or something, because like we were able to change it to so we landed on Sunday, we flew out Tuesday? Yes, no, we flew out Wednesday. No, Tuesday night, yeah. And it was just a mental experience. But like the craziest thing was, and I guess it's probably similar in the Sydney city because I haven't been in there, but like we're in North Van, but yet everybody was just still out doing what normal people would do. So it was like, it's just really weird polar, like it's just like everyone's meant to be in lockdown, but everyone in North Vancouver is still out walking their dogs, going having breakfast at cafes, and like everything just seems so normal still. But yet the world and like the prime ministers and stuff are like, get home, we're closing the borders, which Australia now has done, and if you're not a citizen, you can't get back home. And I guess like the one thing that was constantly in the back of my mind was like, I don't want to be stuck in a country where I'm not covered for healthcare and get absolutely stung if like the rare chance that I actually do catch this. So that was for both Stephanie and I. So yeah, luckily enough, we got our flights changed for free. And then we actually cancelled our flight in between Vancouver and Kelowna, and we have credit on that we have to spend by December 31st. So it looks like we're going to Canada for a white Christmas or something like that. But yeah, just a mental experience, like just so crazy. Like this is obviously like something that has never been experienced ever in the world. and it was like just mental to be like traveling at the time. And like I know before we flew, everyone was like, oh, only non-essential travel, and like I was like, well, like I don't really want to write off my flights, and I'd rather go. And I like was just a bit naive, I guess, like thinking that like, nah, ski resorts, like you're so in nature that like you'll be fine, and obviously we weren't. So now we're home, and yeah, like probably the most expensive 3 days I've ever spent in Vancouver, or in general, when you take into flights, accommodation and everything else that we sort of spent. But we did get some really nice photos. That golden hour in Vancouver is just beautiful. But yeah, so it was just a crazy experience. And I really hope that everyone just sort of takes this opportunity to look after your health. It's like the most important thing at the moment is to look after yourself, your body, your mind, everything right now. And then take this 2-week quarantine if you are working from home or you've just traveled back as an opportunity to really double down on things that you never have the time for. All those things that you say, oh, I wish I could do it, but I didn't have the time. I wish I could do it, but I didn't have the time. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I've got a lot of like passive income things that I've been like throwing little bits of time at, and now I've just got this 14-day period where I can just like literally go hell for leather at it. So I'm like super pumped actually about being stuck at home for 2 weeks, because like I just got so many things that I just want to do. So that's really exciting. And that's my automatic vacuum cleaning that you can hear. Anyway, but yeah, just like, so obviously I'm fine, I'm healthy, everything's cool. This channel in particular, I'm not, like I said before, I'm not sure the guidelines, and I'm obviously going to look into it more because I do want to go ride and like create stuff out there. Oh my god. Hold on a second. So I'm gonna, cause like, what was I talking about? Mountain biking. Yeah, so because I feel like I can go riding. I'm not gonna be with anyone, obviously go on my own. If I see anyone, I'll be like, hey, let's keep that safe distance thing going on. But yeah, so, but in terms of like what's to come on this channel, I'm gonna try upload at least, so I'm off for 14 days, so I'm hoping to upload at least 7 videos. I've got so many things that I want to upload. So just like, obviously there's still that GoPro Hero 7 versus Hero 8 footage that I sort of have, but I don't have, but I'm going to try my best to make a video just on that. And then like I just recently bought like the Gimbal God LUT pack for like editing and stuff like that, which I was super excited to try out and obviously have new snowboard content to use it on, but I don't, so I'm gonna use them on old content that I filmed over the years. And then there's just everything in between. There's other stuff that is going to be getting posted on this channel. So if you are new, and you would obviously do follow this channel because I've uploaded mountain biking content, I can't promise there's going to be a lot of that coming up in the next week or two. Hopefully once I get a better understanding of the guidelines of this self-quarantine, I can then figure out what I'm going to do. But besides that, I hope everyone, I think we just hit 200 subscribers as well, so which is cool. I might think about doing like a giveaway if we hit like 500 soon, or maybe even 250, who knows. But we'll be more on that. But yeah, I'm just excited to just be home, get cracking at a lot of things that I want to be cracking at. But yeah, so I hope everyone's doing well. Like I said, look after yourself. Make sure you eat well, make sure you're training still. Like home workouts are like so good. You need to make sure that body, get that heart pumping. Look after the temple guys. Reach out to loved ones, let them know that you're there for them. But besides that, I don't know if you, yeah, I'm not really gonna ask you to like this video because it's just realistically just like a life update and my experience with like traveling with COVID-19. But yeah, so I hope you guys are all well, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.